What's up? This is Matty from Memphis Mayfire, and you're watching PitCam TV.
Hey, I'm Monica with PitCam, and I'm here with Matty from Memphis Mayfire. Hi.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. Good. How's the tour going?
It's been amazing. We just wrapped up the English portion of it, and we've done a few dates in Europe now. All the shows have either sold out or come close to sold out, so it's awesome. We're so stoked to be here, and it seems like everyone's enjoying it.
Is this your first time over here?
No, last year we came at the same time in October. We did a headliner over here called the Rise Records Euro Tour, and it was with The Color Morale and Dream on Dreamer, so this is our second time.
Okay, and have you had a chance to see any sights or anything at all?
Yeah. Pretty much everywhere we've been, we've had someone take us somewhere cool. Today we went to the Berlin Wall and took some pictures of it. It was insane. It's crazy for us to see it. It's awesome.
Cool. You have a new album out called Challenger. Now, there's a definite theme to that album, like the ups and downs, or mostly the downs of being a musician.
I wouldn't say mostly the downs. It's more so just a realistic look at it. You know, I think everybody really pictures our lives as these glorious, like we're just like worshipped rock stars or whatever, but it's not, I mean, there's, music can be tedious like any other job. And, I wanted kids to see it firsthand, like the best I could describe it, but also I wanted to just be as transparent and as honest as possible when writing the lyrics, because I don't ever want to lie. I don't want to keep anything back from our fans. So I think they all really appreciate it. But we do love our job, and we do love being here. I definitely don't want anybody to feel like, we hate it or anything like that. So.
That's good. Well, the song "Live in the Lights" deals with what it feels like when your loved ones don't really support your dreams.
Exactly. Yeah.
Do you feel like? Do you have the impression that this is what it's like for a lot of musicians or a lot of artists in general?
Absolutely. I mean, especially like in the heavy music world, because like this, like the metal realm and the metalcore realm, whatever you want to call it, is really starting to become, a major part of the music industry. And, as much as your parents or your grandparents or your brothers and sisters may not understand it, it is, it has the possibility of being a full-time job for certain people like myself, But when you're growing up and you're trying to get support to do something like this, it's, almost impossible when the people around you just don't understand what you do. And, my own family members have asked me, oh, when are you going to, get a job or whatever? And I'm just like, well, I'm sorry, you don't pay attention to what I do, but if you go, read my Facebook wall or my @ mentions on Twitter, you'll see that kids' lives are legitimately changed by what we do, and that's the most important part. And so we're really happy to be here, and no matter what anybody says, we're going to keep doing it.
I think my favorite lyrics on that album would have to be the ones for Generation Hate. Yeah. Could you tell me about that song?
Well, I mean, I think it's so disgusting and sad how the music industry has become this like revolving world of hate. There's sites like, like lambgoat.com and stuff. I don't know what you guys have access to over here, but sites that are legitimately just there for hate, just for the people to go and talk about, hating bands, like that they have no idea, like how hard we work and how hard these other bands work that they're, talking poorly about. And it just sucks because when I was growing up, like when I was younger and going to shows, it seemed like the music scene was like a big community and everybody was here. It's just like to love each other and to enjoy creation of art, whether it be heavy music or softer music or whatever. And it's just strayed from that. And so I wanted to call people out, and I did. So. Yeah.
It's really sad, isn't it, that there's a need for a song like that? Because, I mean, so many people get it. I even get it for doing these interviews. Yeah. I mean, we all get it. Why?
It's insane. I mean, people literally, I think, wake up in the morning and get on the computer and, like, their sole intention is just, like, to hate. And it sucks because it's because they're unhappy with their own lives, And so I feel bad for people like that. But I'm very happy to be where I'm at, and so say what you want.
Yeah, and the album sold, like, 16,000 in the first week. That's not bad.
18,000.
18,000. I'm so sorry.
No, it's all right. Yeah, it did 18K first week. It was Rise Records' biggest first week ever, and so we're so stoked and so happy to have fans that buy music. It's awesome.
I read a review on Absolute Punk that called your music Rise core.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
I think, Rise definitely has an array of bands, and I think that people don't really pay attention to it, but bands like Transit and, they just signed, not too long ago, Further Seems Forever, like a band that I grew up listening to that's not, Rise, core, or whatever. But what people also need to understand is that this, genre of music, even though I don't like to really pinpoint ourselves in it, like metalcore or whatever you want to call it, is the type of music that does pay Rise's bills.
Yeah.
Like we are the bands that sell enough records to, keep their office open and to keep all of them and their kids fed and stuff like that. So, they sign bands that sound somewhat similar, I think, because they know it's going to work. But I feel like there's only a few bands that do it, in a way that's somewhat like original or, put their own creative twist on it. And I like to think of us as one of those bands. So call us what you want.
Yeah. You had a couple of people contributing on this album, Danny Morsnop and Kellen Quinn.
Yep.
How did those collaborations come to be?
Well, they're two of my best friends in the whole world. I've done, multiple tours with them, and especially Kellen. Kellen and I have done a lot of touring together. I just click with both of them, We hang out outside of the music industry. We understand each other. Especially Kellen and I, we have really similar home lives, Just as much as we tour and we have to be gone a lot, we care just as much about our loved ones at home and, our little families. And so for him to be a part of Miles Away just really fit. It worked. And, Danny has been touring just as hard and, for a while, just like me, and knows how hard it is to constantly be, a part of this lifestyle. And so for him to be a part of that song worked as well. But, whether they were famous frontmen or not, I would have had them both on the album because I love them. They're just good friends of mine.
Cool. You also recently released a cover song. How did you end up doing that song by Bruno Mars, Grenade?
Well, when we originally got asked to be a part of Punk Goes Pop, they gave us a list of songs that we were allowed to do. So maybe Bruno Mars' Grenade wouldn't be the first song we would think of to cover if we were going to just go and cover a song. But it was a part of the list, and for what it is, it was a song that wasn't too terribly hard for us to translate into our instrumental type of music. But at the same time, lyrically, kind of goes along with the way that I write. It wasn't too funny or quirky. It was just a real song about real emotion, and that's how I write. So that, I think, was the song that fits us best, and so that's what we chose, and it worked really well. We love it.
Being on an album like that, do you think it contributes at all to a band's career, or is it more just for fun?
To a certain extent. I think that having the name Bruno Mars and the name Memphis Mayfire together in one YouTube title is probably what does the most. Bruno Mars fans that are just trying to find, people covering his song as just a normal cover, and then they stumble upon, our song, and then, that's someone who hasn't heard of us before. So I think that kind of thing can really help. But, as far as just being a part of the disc, I don't know. I guess we'll find out. It hasn't come out yet, so.
Yeah. What are your plans for the rest of the year?
Well, this tour, we've got a couple weeks left on, and then we do some headlining dates around Europe, and then we go to Israel and Belarus and the Ukraine and Turkey. So that's going to be nuts. We're all so stoked for that. Then we fly home. We've got 2 days off, so 2 days in between tours. And then we start a new tour with Asking Alexandria, Suicide Silence, As I Lay Dying, and Attila.
Where's that going to be? In the U.S.?
A full U.S. tour. Yep. And then right after that, we're going to Australia for Soundwave with Metallica. I'm so stoked about that. And then after that, we've got 3 other full U.S. tours that are planned all the way through the end of 2013, but I can't talk about them yet.
So you have a lot to do.
Yeah, lots. It's going to be awesome.
Thank you so much for talking to us.
Absolutely.
Do you have anything you want to say to your German fans?
Yeah, if Challenger is available at your local store, go pick it up. If you haven't yet, we're really proud of it, and it seems like people like it. So we'd be stoked to have our German fans enjoy the album as well. And if you're at the show tonight, let's rock.